Hello everyone, CM here to make another video about the Guardians of the United States. And this time we're going to be talking about Corporate Art Part 2, meet the most empowered woman in corporate America and her terrible corporate agenda. As this video will talk about one of the 8 executive board members, or one of the 8 CEOs that help control the Legion Corporation. This video is going to be fun, it's going to be interesting. However, before we get started, I have to warn you, do not watch this video if you're someone under the age of 18. If you're someone under the age of 18, as this video may talk about some pretty sensitive topics that may not be suitable for kids. So if you're still watching, you have been warned. I repeat, do not watch this video if you're someone on the age of 18, as this video will talk about some pretty sensitive topics that may not be suitable for kids, alright? Alright, so you have been warned. So let's get started here, alright? Corporate Art Part 2, meet the most empowered woman in corporate America and her terrible corporate agenda. And we're going to be transitioning in 3, 2... 1. Okay, here we go. Hillary Luke Martin, or AKA the most empowered woman in corporate America. Now, and she's also known as the Lord of Health and Empowerment. Now we're going to be talking about Hillary. We're going to be talking about who she is, what her backstory is, and what her company that she runs. All right, her family's history and everything. All right, so let's get started here. As in right here, second company of the Legion Corporation. As in right here, let me get closer. Okay, let's do this. This is the tobacco company called LM Leaf Co. And LM Leaf Co. was founded in the year of May 2nd, 1989. And LM Leaf Co. was founded by a man by the name of Luke Martin, who would later create one of the largest companies in the world. He is someone who profits quite a lot before he died of lung cancer in 1920. However, although he might be gone, but his family would continuously run and inherit the family business, in which, for example, alright, a woman by the name Hillary Martin, which she is the great-great-granddaughter of Luke Martin, and Hillary Martin ended up inheriting her great-great-grandfather's company in the year of April 10th, 1980, in which throughout the 80s she managed to push the company in a successful way. However, everything started to fall apart in the mid 90s, as the American public started to advocate for more restrictions on cigarettes and changed the smoking age to 21. The reason, as in right here, let's transition. Right here, a lot of people were getting diagnosed with lung cancer and disease, and many people and the public, as in right here, and the public blamed cigarettes and demanded that the government or Congress do something about it, in which the government passed many laws, such as raising taxes on cigarettes, and even passed an act making it illegal for tobacco companies from advertising on public television, in which this hurt many tobacco companies, especially LM Leaf Co. This one right here, LM Leaf Co. And as this was going on, Hillary Martin is shown freaking out in her CEO office, trying to figure out how to save her family business and calm the public down. And just as she lights a cigarette and gives up hope, just then a voice can be heard right behind her. And as Hillary turns around to see the entity known as Mammon is there to offer her a deal she cannot refuse. And as in right here, offer her a deal she cannot refuse. I will save your family business and deceive the public into thinking you're a symbol of health, and in return, you become a part of my legion. Do you accept? And Hillary, out of desperation, accepted the deal and shook Mammon's hand, and Mammon would infuse his, oh, hold on, would infuse her with his magic and parts of his body and soul into Hillary, and Hillary Martin makes a promise to one day get the company back on track and become the largest producer of tobacco in the entire world, all to honor her family's legacy. All to honor her family's legacy. Alright, so that is, alright, the backstory of Hillary Luke Martin. Alright. Now, next, I'm going to be talking about Hillary right here. I'm going to be talking about how she became the Lord of Health and Empowerment. You see, one of the ways Mammon managed to basically trick the public into thinking that she's such this symbol of health and empowerment is this. He used his influence and used some of his minions to basically bribe many members of the scientific community to basically make falsified studies that basically said that smoking tobacco and smoking cigarettes were actually considered healthy for you. And this actually did manage to fool the public. Matter of fact, and another, which did in fact fool the public into thinking that smoking cigarettes were healthy. However, another way Mammon managed to basically trick people into thinking that she's a symbol of health and empowerment was that Mammon himself used his power and influence to use his connections within government, to use politicians to basically use their connection with members of the media into tricking people and deceiving and somewhat brainwashing people into thinking that Hillary is such this great old health symbol of health. She's all about worrying about the health of others, and she's such an empowerment figure in corporate America and all this other stuff, and which surprisingly worked. Many people do and think that smoke in this universe that smoking tobacco is healthy for you, which is not. And she's even managed to trick people into thinking that she's this empowered figure who's all concerned about health and all that. Alright, so that is actually how she became the symbol of health and empowerment in this universe. Okay, now next I'm going to be talking about some other things, such as right here. We're going to be talking about her abilities. Okay, as in right here, Hillary Luke Martin is an outworlder who draws her power from Mammon, and she uses smoke magic. And this magic allows her to transform and control and manipulate and become smoke. And she can transform her body or parts of her body into smoke, and can use this smoke to surround someone with this smoke and absolutely suffocate her enemies, and can even manipulate the air and oxygen to make it more difficult for her enemies to breathe by making the air more toxic. And the most terrifying ability is her possession power, being able to possess and take over her enemies' bodies, and is completely immune to physical attacks or sharp bladed attacks and bullets, and has superhuman speed and agility and strength, and has telepathy and can phase through walls or solid objects. And her smoke has an effect if any of her enemies inhales her smoke, will cause problems with your brain, making them addicted and causing them to become something that resembles a zombie. And has immortality and has soul transformation. She can transfer her parts of her soul into her enemies' bodies that she possesses. Okay, that is a terrifying ability. That's what this character does. She's well known for getting inside your mind and poisoning your mind into thinking that she's this great old figure, that she's this symbol that we should all bow down to and look up to, when in actuality she's nothing more than a terrible person. Alright? Alright. Now next, by the way, let me guys know in the comments below what you guys think of this character and her abilities. I hope I liked them, but I want to know, do you guys like her? Alright, or do you guys like her as a villain? I should be more exact. Let me know in the comments section below. Alright, because I do like this villain character. I think she's a pretty cool character. You know, I'll try to make her look all shadowy and dark, you know. However, next, I'm going to be transitioning again. I'm going to be talking more about her company and about her company in 3, 2... Alright, one, here we go. LM Leaf Co. Okay, this is the company that she runs, LM Leaf Co. Now, LM Leaf Co. is a tobacco company. Alright, as you can tell, this is the symbol of this tobacco company, which is someone smoking a cigarette. Alright, hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like it. I think it looks cool. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this. Now, LM Leaf Co. is a pretty big company. Now, I'm going to tell you all the companies that LM Leaf Co. controls and owns. As in right here. LM Leaf Co. companies that are owned by LM Leaf Co. LM Leaf Co. Smoking Tobacco Company owns nine chemical companies and owns 12 dairy companies, 30 tobacco companies, and owns and funds several political groups, and owns 18 advertisement companies. Okay? That is how big and influential this company is. Now I'm going to be talking about Hillary's wealth in 3, 2, 1. Alright, this time I'm going to be talking about Hillary's wealth and her net worth, alright? As in right here, Hillary Ella Martin's net worth. Now, what is her net worth? I'm going to tell you what it is, as in right here, her net worth. HLM, or AKA Hillary Ellen Martin, the most empowered and healthiest woman who has a net worth up to $201.4 billion net worth. Now, Hillary got this net worth by inheriting her family's business, which made her quite wealthy. Now, another way she got wealthy is by investing and buying a ton of smaller failed companies and turn them almost into successful companies, in which this massively contributed to her $201.4 billion net worth. Now, what does that mean by almost? You see, what she did is that she kind of did what John D. Veller did, you know, the first CEO I talked about in the first part of this corporate arc. She did buy a bunch of smaller companies. However, the difference is that John D. Veller would actually work with those entrepreneurs and try to gear them towards success. She didn't do that. What she did was that she basically took those entrepreneurs that she bought, all those companies she bought, she basically has how would I describe this? She basically turned them into nothing more than yes men. Where instead of trying to make them more successful, she just focused on them. She basically focused on making them work hard and not gear them towards success rather than gear them towards a path of disaster, where she basically kind of just like brainwashed them and turning them into yes men, where they just do whatever she says and doesn't actually try to put in the effort to help make those companies successful. Instead, she just wants to make more money, which is the difference between her and John D. Veller. I hope that made sense. Alright, this time I'm going to be transitioning again. And 3, 2, 1. Alright, hello everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and share, comment, and subscribe to this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow my Twitter account, as in right here, at OnCinema899. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and share, comment, subscribe, and also let me know in the comment section below what you think of this character. Alright, I can't wait to hear what your comments have to say about this character. Let me know in the comment section below. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to write. What do you got? By the way, what do you guys think about this character, this villain, of this villain? Do you like her? Do you like how cold-hearted she is? She's not focused on trying to make sure those entrepreneurs are trying to gear them towards success, but is rather just trying to make it where they're basically yes men and trying to make her the most money. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of her, and have a wonderful day. And as I've been saying, may God bless.